Section 2.3, example 6, solving a volume problem. Find the dimensions of a shipping box given that the length is twice the width, the height is 8 inches, and the volume is 1,600 inches cubed. Ooh, this is interesting. Okay, so let's draw a picture of what's going on here. So shipping container or shipping box, and not drawn to scale. I'm sorry, I'm not an artist. I'm trying my best though. Okay, so we'll call this length, width, and this here is going to be height. So find the dimensions of the shipping box given that the length is twice the width. So we have length, width, and we'll call this one over here height. Length is twice the width, so length is equal to 2 times width. And the height of the box is 8 inches. And the volume is 1,600 inches cubed. All right, so for volume, we know that that's going to be equal to length times width times height. Volume we said was 1,600 inches cubed. Length we said was 2 times our width. Width is just our width. And height is equal to 8. All right. So, or 8 inches. We could keep the unit there. Okay, so we're trying to figure out what width is. So let's multiply the entire right side together. Inches cubed. And that's equal to, numerically, we have 2 times 8. That's 16. Next, we have our variable, width times width. That's going to be W squared. And lastly, we have our unit, inches. All right, so the one thing we're solving for here is going to be our width. Or the only thing we can solve for is going to be our width. So let's divide everything else out. So we are going to divide that 16. We're going to divide inches. So 16 inches. Here, 16s divide out, inches divide out. So on the right side, we're left with just our width squared. Over here, inches divide out with 1 of the inches in the numerator. 16 divided by 16 is 1. So we have 1 times 100. That's 100 inches squared. And now for width, we could do the square root property. So taking the square root of both sides, notice that everything works out perfectly. So when we take the square root, the inches just, they single out. So we're just left with 1 unit of inches. So square root of 100 is 10. Square root of inches squared is inches. And we're left with width on the right side. So normally if this were just a variable problem, let me zoom in. If it were just a problem like this, what we would have to do is plus or minus because we have to give the inside of that W the option of being either negative or positive. But because we're working with measurements, we don't have negative values. We don't have negative inches. We don't have negative feet. We don't have negative miles. We have just that unit. So we're going to leave it as 10 instead of plus or minus 10. All right, so we have this one part here. And I think we could use that to help us solve the rest of the problem. So we have width is equal to 10 inches. Let's see. We have length as 2 times our width. So length is equal to 2W. Length is equal to 2 times our width we just said was 10 inches. So length is going to be equal to 20 inches. And we have our height. Let's see what the question was asking. So find the dimensions of the shipping box. So dimensions, we have everything we need. We have our length, we have our width, and our height was given to us. And that's it. So we have length is 20 inches, width is 10 inches, and height, which was given to us, was 8 inches. And there we go. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There we go. Otherwise, bye.